Hey folks, hope all of you are doing great. Welcome back to Dead Silence Archives. Today, I'm not telling you a legend. I'm not retelling folklore. I'm telling my own story. My name is Mark Holloway, and what happened to me in Hinsdale, New York, is something I've spent years trying to forget. But some places don't let you forget. This is a real incident, and I was there. In 2008, I was 34 years old, recently divorced, financially broken, emotionally empty. I needed quiet. That's how I found the house on McMahon Road, outside the small town of Hinsdale, New York, a forest-locked area near the Pennsylvania border. The house was old, wooden, isolated. The realtor, Susan Keller, said something strange during the visit. People don't usually stay long, but it's solid. I didn't ask what she meant. I should have. The first night was quiet. Too quiet. No insects, no wind, no distant traffic. At 2:17 a.m., I woke up to the sound of footsteps above my head. Slow, heavy, deliberate. The problem? The house had no second floor. I sat up listening. The footsteps crossed the ceiling, then stopped directly above my bed, and something pressed down. The ceiling creaked, as if weight was leaning toward me. I slept with the lights on after that. A week later, I explored the basement. Low ceiling, dirt floor, stone foundation, and a smell. Rot, iron, something old. On the far wall, scratched into the stone, were words that didn't belong there. Help us. The scratches were deep, not carved with a tool. They looked torn. That night, I dreamed of hands pushing through dirt. I saw her for the first time on October 14th. I was brushing my teeth when I noticed movement behind me. In the mirror, a woman stood in the hallway, pale, long dark hair, wearing what looked like an old nightgown. She didn't blink. She didn't breathe. When I turned around, the hallway was empty, but wet footprints led to the basement door. Bare feet. I asked my neighbor, Tom Wilkins, about the house. He went silent, then said, "That place isn't empty, it just pretends to be." He told me the land once belonged to a family in the 1800s. Multiple deaths. A child buried somewhere on the property. No records, no marker. Just disappearance. I woke up bleeding, 3 deep scratches across my chest, parallel, perfectly spaced, no sharp objects nearby, no explanation. That night, I set up a recorder. At 3:02 a.m., it captured a voice. Not loud, not angry, just whispering, "Mark, go." That's when things changed. The house learned me. It mimicked my voice, played sounds from my memories, whispered my ex-wife's name. I heard my mother calling for help. My mother died in 2003. I stopped sleeping. One evening, the wall in the living room bulged outward, like something was pressing from inside. A face formed, mouth open, eyes stretched wide. The drywall cracked, and a scream filled the room. Not from the wall, from behind me. I ran. I didn't come back that night. I contacted a local priest, Father Daniel Reese. He lasted 20 minutes. The temperature dropped suddenly. His Bible slammed shut. He left without blessing the house. His final words to me, "This is not a haunting. This is an infestation." I dreamed I was in the basement, buried up to my chest, hands around my throat. The woman leaned close and whispered, "Now, you stay." I woke up choking. Handprints were visible on my neck. I left everything. Clothes, furniture, photos. As I drove away, I saw someone standing in the upstairs window, smiling.
I live 3 states away now, but sometimes I hear footsteps, sometimes my walls knock back, sometimes I wake up at exactly 2:17 a.m. and I smell rot. The house is still there, still standing, still waiting. I didn't leave Hinsdale immediately. That's the part people don't understand. Fear doesn't always push you away. Sometimes it paralyzes you. For 3 more weeks, I stayed, and during those weeks, the house stopped pretending it was empty. At night, I began hearing chairs drag across the floor, slow, heavy, methodical. But when I checked, every chair was still in place. Then the sounds changed. Breathing, not mine, breathing that came from inside the walls. It started as 3 knocks, always 3. On the bedroom wall, knock, knock, knock. I ignored it. The next night, I knocked back once. The reply came instantly, 3 knocks, louder, closer. That night, the knocking spread from the wall to the ceiling to the floor beneath my feet, as if the house itself was answering me. One evening, while half asleep on the couch, I heard a child whisper, "Mister, are you my dad?" I froze. The voice came from the hallway. I didn't have children. I never answered. The whisper returned, closer this time. "They said you'd stay." I drove into town and searched old property records. At the Hinsdale library, an elderly clerk named Eleanor Finch helped me. She stopped scrolling, went quiet, then whispered, "That house isn't supposed to be lived in." She showed me handwritten notes from the late 1800s. A family named the Crowleys. 5 people, only 1 burial record. The rest? Listed as presumed, not dead, just gone. I went back to the basement with a shovel. I don't know why. Instinct, maybe. In the far corner, where the smell was strongest, the dirt felt softer. After digging less than 2 feet, I hit cloth, a child's shirt. Under it, small bones. Not buried properly, hidden. That night, the house erupted. Every door slammed shut at once. Lights shattered. The temperature dropped so fast I saw my breath. The woman appeared again, this time closer. Her mouth opened impossibly wide, and multiple voices spoke from her throat. "You dug." The walls bled. Not blood, but dark water that smelled like earth. I screamed. The house screamed back. I smashed every mirror in the house except one, the bathroom mirror. Because when I tried to break it, my reflection didn't copy me. It smiled, then spoke. "You look like him." Behind my reflection, I saw children standing in the tub, watching, waiting. By week 5, I hadn't slept more than 20 minutes at a time. I started losing time. I'd sit down and wake up hours later in different rooms. Once I woke up in the basement, standing over the pit, holding the shovel. I don't remember walking there. This time, they weren't scratches. They were letters, carved into my arm, "Stay deep," bleeding, perfectly shaped. Father Reese returned once. He stood outside the house, would not cross the threshold. He yelled one sentence, "It wants permission." Then he left. That night, the woman spoke clearly for the first time, standing at the foot of my bed. "Say yes." I packed my car at dawn. As I carried the last box, I felt fingers wrap around my ankle, cold, strong. I fell, dragged halfway back into the house. I screamed, "No!" The grip released. The front door slammed shut behind me, cracking the frame. As I drove, my rearview mirror showed the house growing closer. Not physically, but wrong. Like perspective was breaking. I didn't look back again. 3 states away. New apartment, new locks. First night, 3 knocks. On my bedroom wall, knock, knock, knock. A psychiatrist diagnosed me with stress hallucinations. He stopped believing that after my recording device captured whispering when I was asleep. He refunded my money, told me to move again. I dream of the basement, every night. The pit is deeper now, more hands reach up. Sometimes I see myself among them. Last year I received a letter, no return address. Inside, a single photograph, the Hinsdale house, with lights on, and someone standing in the window, wearing my face. Some places don't haunt you, they select you. They don't want visitors, they want replacements. If you ever feel watched in an empty room, leave. Because I didn't fully, and one night, I think I'll wake up back in Hinsdale. This case is real, the location exists, and the house is still standing. If you listen closely, you might hear knocking, and if you answer, it will remember your name.